Hello everyone, Chef Eric here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe down below and hit the like button. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an Easter cake. So we're going to start by greasing our pans. Here I have three 6-inch pans and we're going to use some margarine and some flour. So just take a bit of the margarine and brush the insides all around the pan, making sure you get all the edges and all the crevices, and spread an even layer all across. And do the same to all your pans. Once you've greased all your pans, you now want to add a bit of flour and toss that all around the pan. Just have the pan right next to you. And you want to just gently move the flour around, and it's just going to stick onto the margarine and create a protective layer for our cake. Now once you have it all evenly coated on top of the other pan and combine, just to release any excess. And you just want to do the same with all the other pans until you properly greased all of them. Now you have three perfectly greased and floured pans. Now we are sure the cakes are going to slip right out after we are done baking. And now I'm just going to set these aside and get on with mixing our dry ingredients. We have 250 grams of all-purpose flour along with 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And you just want to pass that through a sieve with the help of a whisk. This is just to aerate the flour and to remove any lumps that might just be in there. I'm just going to whisk it up and set it aside. Now you can move on to our wet ingredients, and for our wet ingredients we have about 200 grams of some sugar. Now I'm just going to add that into the bowl of my mixer along with 250 grams of margarine. I like a less sweet cake, that's why I only added 200 grams. If you just like it slightly sweeter, just add equal amounts of margarine and sugar. Now I'm just going to pop this onto my stand mixer and cream this together for about 5 to 10 minutes until it's super light and fluffy. After a few minutes, the mixture will lighten in color, but what you're going to notice is that on the outside you'll have a thin layer of yellow and in the middle it will be white. You now just want to scrape down the bowl to ensure you have an even mixture. You just want to put down your mixture and keep beating it for another 2 minutes. You're going to notice it's going to turn a really bright white color. This is exactly what you want. Now we want to start adding in our eggs. Here I have 4 eggs that I've lightly beaten along with 1 teaspoon of some vanilla. I'll add it in 4 batches, a little bit at a time, just to make sure the mixture doesn't curdle. After the first egg is fully incorporated, you now want to add in the next egg. After you've added in 2 of your eggs, you now want to scrape down the bowl gently just to get all of the egg mixed into all the batter. Once you've added in your eggs, the batter might just look a bit curdled like this. Do not worry, just move on with the process. It does happen and happens to the best of us. Now we're going to move on to adding in our dry ingredients. So our dry ingredients along with our wet ingredients. Here I have about 3 tablespoons of some milk. We're gonna add it in alternating batches. I'll add half of the flour, all of my milk, and then the other half of the flour. And you wanna mix this on the lowest speed. Your batter might not seem all fully incorporated, and you want to mix the remaining way of the flour by hand using a mwiko, and then we're going to divide it equally in between our 3 cake pans. To divide our batter, you could either use a weighing scale or an ice cream scoop, but for today I'll opt to the weighing scale. I'll just start out with about 350 grams or 330 grams of batter in each pan, and then just divide the rest by eye. Once all your batter is evenly divided between the 3 cake pans, mine was about 311 grams for each cake tin. So now I'm just going to take a spoon and gently spread out my batter into the pan. We are now going to bake this off at 180 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. We're just going to do the toothpick test once they're done. So once the cakes are out of the oven, there are 2 ways to determine if the cake is done. The first way is the cake will pull away from the edges of the pan. If you grease the pan properly, the cake should pull away, and you can see that with all the cake tins. And next, with the toothpick test, you want to insert it into the center, and if it comes out clean, the cake is ready. And you want to test each cake individually just in case one is underbaked and they're all fully baked. Now we're just going to let them cool in their pan for 5 minutes, tip them out, and then I'll show you a quick tip. Once cakes are just warm to the touch, you want to cover them in cling film and freeze them for about 40 minutes. Now that all my cakes are fully cool and kind of cold to the touch, I'm now going to start by filling and crumb coating our cake. So we'll first start by trimming off the top and the bottom, and then we can go ahead and stack it on this cake wall with a bit of our icing, crumb coat it, and then pop it into the fridge for 30 minutes to set.